Stick with us. Tons of your questions, tons of my questions. You guys sticking around. Don't go anywhere. Please. Please. All right. MTV.com right now. See you there. And we continue. We continue seamlessly on the World Wide Web.
I think I should get a break now.
I know. Let's all take a nap. No, we have too much to cover. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so the name of the show is MTV First. So let's talk about an important first for all of you. You've been working together for a few years. You've gotten quite close over the years. What did you make of each other all at first? Like, was it immediate in terms of like a connection, you feel?
I think it was very immediate. Amongst everyone, it was just a warm and fuzzy feeling.
You were and are the youngest, at least of this trio. Did you ever feel like, oh God, I have to be the young kid here, they're leaving me out? I mean, or did you feel like...
It did cross my mind. I mean, during the first one, the very first time I went up to Portland for Twilight.
Because that first trip was fast, too. You weren't in the
Yeah, I was just there for like 3 days.
Your hair was in the first one.
My hair was in the first one. Thanks for reminding me.
Let's bring the wig out.
Oh, no, please. I think we burned it.
No. What's interesting to me is, like, you know, the fans, obviously, they love the books and now they adore the movies. And I think part of it is they love that you guys all get along so well and you have these relationships on and off the screen. I mean, do you think that the fans would love the movies as much if you guys didn't get along as well off screen?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
I
That would be
disagree. Yeah,
horrible.
no.
Yeah.
I don't think we would have been able to make the
I
movies
wouldn't love
if-
it as much. Yeah, I couldn't. The movies wouldn't be the same.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at all.
they'd be totally different.
Yeah.
You know the fans still want to see the audition footage between you guys.
Yeah, well.
It's never going to happen. They'll be so disappointed. It's so much better. It's like the sex scene. Like, it's getting better to keep
No,
the...
it's not like the sex scene.
But that's the worst thing to say. I keep forgetting. It's better to keep it in your imagination.
That was the book.
So we'll keep that under wraps. The fans are going to be sad, but okay. Both Taylor and Rob have done the MTV First thing. I've subjected them to their first MTV interviews before. They've looked at it before. Kristen, you've never...
No.
Yeah, you're going to have to. It's gonna
I
happen.
actually can't.
It's all good. It's the first interview we did on the set of Twilight. You've seen this. You guys together.
I actually don't even think you understand what that does.
It's going to be okay. I got you a gift. Let's take a look.
It's happening.
You're working with Rob, and then what have you, what's impressed you the most about him so far?
I think he's really handsome. He can't lie. He's like incapable of lying. So it's pretty clear when we should work on this.
What do you mean is acting?
No, that's so not what I mean.
Doesn't really understand the concept of like reading somebody else's words out and somebody else. It's like that. I always feel around that myself.
He's just copying it.
Okay, sweet.
So Kristen literally started screaming and running around the set. What happened?
She was pacing a little.
No, I can't. I just can't handle that. As far as I'm concerned, this doesn't exist.
Okay. It does exist. I'm sorry. So is it about that particular interview or just any interview with you can't stand?
I mean, you said first Twilight, and I was like,
That was the very first one? That was the first Twilight set interview that we did with you guys.
yeah, that was someone else though.
It was Larry.
That was very different.
I don't know how to take that.
No, I love you guys.
I think it was a
We've had a lot of
We've had good times.
development. We've known each other for a long time. Our relationships have really
It's
progressed.
true.
I feel.
And by the end of this first, I don't know, we're going to either never speak to each other again, or it's just going to go to the next level. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about the wedding. We talked about the wedding. When you're in that moment, is it silly to say it's emotional? I mean, I know you're not in the wedding scene itself, but you come in a little bit later. Sorry, spoiler. But is that kind of an emotional thing for you guys to all go through, or is it just another scene to shoot?
It was very, very emotional for me. I don't know about these guys, but
Yeah, you kind of realize what the man's position, what the groom's position in a wedding is in reality, which is basically a prop.
You have to stand there and look pretty.
You stand there in a suit and then everyone's looking at the girl.
All right, guys, I think we have the wedding is important, but you know the fans have been eagerly anticipating some sex scenes, some honeymoon scenes.
Jesus.
I know. We all feel the same way about this. So we have a Twitter question. Can we take a look at the Twitter question for you
God,
guys?
the word sounds really weird to me.
Which Twitter question or sex
Twitter.
scene?
Well, about a sex scene, we have a Twitter question. I don't know, the word sounds really
take a look. Rob and Kristen, was it extremely awkward filming this the love scene in the movie? Were you guys laughing a lot throughout?
Super serious.
Yeah, me
Really
too.
intense.
It was so intense.
Powerful.
Powerful.
No, it was, not to give anything away, but
What can you give away from it?
how it's shot.
Oh.
There were so many little bits, in addition to just sort of the general scene that you play out, that were absurd. When you isolate those bits, and then it's like, just with everyone even living for so long, and it's also not real. It's not just human sex. It's like this, you know, obviously blown a little bit out of proportion.
Slightly.
Yeah, slightly. It's kind of like the most important scene in the movie. It's so weird.
Is,
But
is it more or less awkward for you guys in the crew, considering you guys obviously know each other pretty well by now? So I mean, it's not like you're like in the scene doing this intimate stuff with a stranger. Does it affect it at all, that the fact that you guys know each other as well as you do?
I mean, like, you end up just, I ended up just thinking purely about vanity things. I mean,
I was just really self-conscious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, that's it. Like, you don't think about
the whole
anything.
time. God, now it sounds awful.
You have to wear like, you know, you're sitting there in like a little G-string. Like, it's just kind of.
I wasn't too into that. It was a little bit like, whoa, I'm a really good actor.
Taylor, are you happy you got to skip the G-string scene?
I'm very happy. Yeah. I had my fair share of G-strings.
And it was total granny panties, by the way. It was like full wraparound. It was like
It was
tight,
I was wearing a
tight
G-string,
butt
but they just,
squeeze.
they gave me a big G-string, but it was too small for me.
Those things are uncomfortable.
It was
Really?
like old ham.
Speaking about flesh, there's another Twitter question. You ready? This one's for you, Rob, I think. What were your preparations for your shirtless scenes in Breaking Dawn? There's a fair amount of Robert Pattinson on display in this film.
No M&Ms.
Yeah, I didn't eat any candy, and I didn't drink any beer for a while. I went kind of nuts. Like, me and Kristen went nuts working out, so we hadn't worked out for any of that. This is so unfair to a comparison.
What?
And everyone says I painted on my abs now, and I did not. And also Taylor has his painted on too. That's so unfair having this
That
comparison.
lasted a long time. That was up there for a while.
You've ruined this for every guy forever, Taylor, by what you did to your body.
Talking about?
We all feel inadequate, thanks.
I don't understand this.
But you're comfortable now, a little bit more comfortable with that stuff, or is it always going to be?
Literally, like, I mean, like, after I had it for like 2 weeks, like,
Oh my god.
what?
No, it was just, I mean, sometimes sarcasm doesn't translate with me. That wasn't me enough.
Oh my god, it was gone so fast, it was unbelievable. You couldn't even remember it was there. Yeah, no, for like 2 weeks, and then as soon as I didn't have my shirt on anymore, like, just gone immediately.
Yeah.
In fact, during Brazil, I think it was pretty much, I think the day before I had to do my shirtless scene, I realized that it wasn't as good as Taylor's, so I just ate every single bit of chocolate in the minibar and started,
I disagree.
and just started eating cheeseburgers and stuff.
Let's talk about, okay,
Sad.
one of my favorite sequences in the film is the birth scene, which is like, it's intense, it's graphic, it's emotional, there's a lot going on there. Was that something that was, is it fun to shoot something like that? Is it silly? Is it bizarre? Is it all of the above?
It's equal parts both. Like, I mean, there was some, sorry.
No, you go first.
I mean, there were some moments which were so incredibly extreme, and there's definitely a version of this movie which is hard R-rated, and I mean, possibly even NC-17. and we could have definitely done like that. I mean, we definitely shot a lot of stuff which was unbelievable.
We got an,
And-
I mean, I think it's been talked about. We got an R rating for a few things and needed to be toned down. So we are at the cusp. We really did push it.
It's
as
intense.
far as we
It's
could.
pretty
Yeah.
intense for PG-13.
Yeah.
But then there were some scenes which were some of the funniest things I've had to do in this entire series. I mean, like crying with
The
laughter at the
baby
most.
stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we had to cake a real newborn baby in cream cheese and jam.
That bit was really sad.
It was
that
really
wasn't, that wasn't
sad.
funny at all.
No, it wasn't funny, man.
Taylor, is imprinting a funny scene or an intense scene?
Don't even go there. No, it's intense when you watch it. It's very intense. I'm really happy with how it turned out, but on the day it was tough. It was just, I literally had an X on a wall, and I had to look at this X and imprint.
Imprint. You had to imprint. So
So
that makes sense to you, right?
Can you imprint on me right now?
honestly, I don't even know how I did it, so I didn't ever be able to.
Okay, there's so much in this film, and there's a lot to come in Breaking Dawn Part 2. I don't know what we can reveal